Let me move this, y'all.
Oh, sorry.
Miss Vale,
Hi.
what's going on? How are you?
I'm good. I'm getting my nails done right now.
Oh, okay. Did you want to reschedule or are you okay?
No, we're good.
Okay. All right. So what we were going to do, right, is we were going to turn off the comments so I can focus and you can focus. Does that still work for you or what were you thinking?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so chat, I'm going to turn off the comments. If y'all had any comments or any questions that you wanted to ask Vale, you would just need to go to my Discord. You can write a comment there. You could just wait. I don't know how y'all want to do it, but I'm going to go ahead and ask her questions first for this interview chat. So let me go ahead and turn these comments off. 1 second, y'all.
I don't even know how to turn my comments off.
You go to the more button at the bottom left and then settings and then comment settings.
Got it.
Okay. All right. All right. So basically, y'all, let's get into it. So first of all, Miss Vale, I need you to introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, how we best know you, and what do you do here on TikTok?
Well, I'm Vale. How do y'all know me? I went viral for being in the back seat with Santos. I hung out with Ash and Bree.
Okay. And what do you do here on TikTok so far? Like, what kind of content do you make, streaming or videos?
More controversy videos and streaming, yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. So let's take it back a little bit. So right now you're about like 20 years old is what I think I heard.
20.
Okay, so you're 20. So let's take it back to like high school time. In high school, did you ever see yourself doing social media? Is this something you wanted to do? Is this a career that you thought would be fun for you? Did you ever think about doing social media around that time?
I never thought about doing it. I've always like wanted to like go viral. I've been on TikTok since Musically, but like I've
Oh,
had multiple accounts, yeah.
mhm.
But I've never tried to put myself to do anything like that. No.
Okay. All right. So when you first decided, okay, I think I am going to do social media. Let's say, would you say that it was after the first time you went viral is when you were like, oh, let me like run with what I have right now? Or were you trying a little bit prior to that?
No, it was kind of like it happened and like I was just going live and then I started meeting more people. Then I met Bree. So like I was already doing TikTok. So I was just making more TikToks and then like situations happen and then it becomes entertainment. So then you start like including people on live. Like it matters to them too, like
Right.
when stuff happens you want to tell them because they've been there.
Right.
So
Exactly. It kind of just works easier because it's almost like coworkers, like they're also here. They also see what's happening. So that makes sense. Okay. So, okay. Now let's talk about the platform you have right now. Like you're rapidly growing. You're going viral all the time. Your views are going up. Your followers are going up. You have a lot of attention on you right now. Do you know what you want to do with that attention to either make you money, continue having you to grow? What do you think you want to do with the attention and the energy that people are putting into you right now? What do you think you want to do with it?
basically like we just take it day by day. I mean everything like yeah we want to make money off of it. It's entertainment, like everything like that. So like we haven't sat there and like well actually yeah we've sat here and like would say like we should do this because it'd be entertaining. Like we just take it day by day. Like we do new stuff every day and a lot of the stuff is actually real. Some of it's skit, like
Okay.
here and there, yeah.
Okay. So that's a good way to lead into the next question. So when you first, are going viral, you want to monetize, you're like, okay, how can we get this to, keep rolling? How did it feel when you had to understand or decide whether or not you wanted to partake in skits? Because skits are, yes, pieces of it are real, but pieces of it are fake. So was that hard for you to decide whether or not you wanted to engage in that? Or was it kind of like, it's a part of the game? Like, what did that feel for you when you had to understand that, hey, sometimes not everything's going to be real and what's being put on the screen?
Yeah, I felt some type of way about it too because like it does define who you are as a person, and it takes like sacrifices because like your image is everything. Like it matters, so it does take a lot of sacrifices to sit there and let things be said and be shown and everything like that. So it does, but I mean, it works out. I mean, at the end, my hope was to like let everybody feel how they want to feel, think how they want to think about me, as long as like it just worked out in the end for me and my family.
Okay. And I've heard you say, things about your family a bunch of times. So that's another reason that I was like, I feel like I was super harsh with what I said to you, but it's also exactly how I felt when I saw that video. Like I was shocked. I'm like, ain't no motherfucker way. You feel me? So I'm real as hell. Like I say exactly what I mean. I mean what I say. Sometimes it's super harsh and maybe it doesn't need to come out that way. But after seeing the clips of you speaking about your family, why you do the things you do, why you're out there, why you're trying to grind and make money, I was like, you know what? This is a young girl who's trying to figure out how to make the most money and the quickest way to go and take care of her family. So can you kind of describe to us how much it means to you, like your family outside of the image we currently have of like you just leaving your baby and literally dipping? That does not look good. So can you describe to us a little bit more about how you value your family and what that means to you? Because I also heard something happened today. So I don't know if you want to get into that or if you just want to stick with the first original question, how does your family affect you and your grind right now?
Yeah. Well, that whole situation, that Ring camera, that happened prior to TikTok. Like, this was before
Oh,
Santos. Yeah. So a lot of people, they take those narratives and they make it something else. Like, I just like left to drop my baby off at the door and left to LA to go party. Like, no, that happened a while back. My baby was like 5 weeks old. I came to LA when he was 3 months or 3.5 months old. So yeah, that whole situation, that was between me and my baby daddy. Yeah, I could have went about it a completely different way,
yeah.
and it's, what I did was bad. Like I should have never just left my baby,
Mm,
but I would have never left my baby without knowing someone was home. I don't have the stomach to do that. Like I should have never done that in the first place. Like anything could happen in a matter of seconds. I understand that,
right.
but I'm not sick enough to just not know if anybody was home. If you've seen the video, you see me smiling through the glass. I was staring at my baby daddy. He was
Mm,
right there by the front door, and whenever I took off running, that was because I knew he was going to open the door quickly because he was right there. I
okay.
didn't want him to like close the door in my face and tell me like you have to keep him now, because like if he would have closed the door in my face, I would have had no choice but to get the baby, because then that would have been on me.
Yeah.
But knowing that I left the baby right there and he opened the door before I left, was that would have been on him. And that whole situation happened because he didn't want to get the baby. He was saying that it wasn't his, even though he came to the hospital and signed the birth certificate.
Wow.
He only came to the hospital to sign the birth certificate. Like I went through my whole labor. Like he wasn't there. No one was there. My friend came for a little bit, but I went through it all by myself. And even the day I came back from the hospital, I went straight to his house so that they can see the baby. He didn't come hold the baby. He didn't do anything. And
Wow.
I mean, it bothered me. And then I would tell him, like, when are you going to get the baby? Because we didn't want to have them at the same time together, because he was such a little baby. Like, he needed your attention constantly. And my 1 year old, he can't just do whatever he wants to do.
Right.
So, like, we thought it would be best if we switched them out. Well, he didn't end up wanting to switch them out. He didn't want to get the other baby. He started saying it wasn't his, that he wanted to sign his rights away. And it was all out of bitterness. Like, he was mad at me. Like, our whole
Right.
broke up was because of me. And, like, he wanted to just make my life harder.
Mm,
And so like weeks go by and I barely seen my other baby, and I was like really missing my baby. So I asked him, can we switch and you get the baby and I'll get Andrew so that I could spend time with him, because he deserves time with both of us.
yeah.
And he was like, no. He started arguing with me. He was talking about getting like signing his rights away. He's like, get the paper to sign my rights away. Just saying crazy shit, and it made me
Right.
mad, because like you can be mad at me, but don't do this to my baby, because that at the end of the day, you know that's your baby, and just because
Right.
you're mad at me, like we're not doing that. So
Right.
I got mad as fuck, postpartum, raging, mad, wanted to. So I told my mom, I was like, I'm gonna just go over there, I'm gonna drop the baby off, and I'm gonna make him take care of his baby. And
Mm.
I didn't just leave him with just him. I knew his mom was there. I know he has help.
Oh, okay.
and his parents do everything. Like I know, like his sister-in-law's texted me and said that um, she doesn't see him with them often. It's always the mom that has him. Even his sister has told me that he wouldn't be taking care of them if his mom didn't make him. She's told me that, like they told me like
Wow.
his mom makes him take care of them and she takes care of them with him. He doesn't do it by himself. I wouldn't just let a man who knows nothing about taking care of a baby just take care of a baby.
Right, right.
So yeah, so out of rage, I went to his house and I actually drove by first. He was sitting in his car. I think he just got back from the gym or something. So I waited. I drove back around and waited till he got inside. He got inside and then he was standing at his door that's right next to the front door. And then that's whenever I did that. Um, so, and also, I don't know if they ever posted like the actual clip with like no sound or anything, but you can hear him open the door as soon as I got into my car. That's why I drove off fast, because he opened the door quickly.
Yeah, I did see that
Way
clip and
before
I had
social
posted it
media.
on my Snapchat and everybody was like, oh my God, you can hear the door. And I was like, I listened to it again and I was like, yeah, because by the time you got to your car, he opened the door. So I
Yeah, that's
understand,
why.
like once you listen to it and like as you're explaining it right now, it makes sense why you had to run away. But it looks crazy
I know.
just seeing that with no context.
I knew as soon as he posted that video, like I was gonna get so much hate, and it really bothered me because nobody's seen what I've gone through, like by myself, because being a single mom and having no help. Like I had no help. I literally went from being 18 to having a baby, having to grow up, having to take care of a life whenever I barely can take care of myself. Like it was hard mentally, and I went through postpartum alone. I never asked anybody for help. Like I always just dealt with my problems on my own. And then I got pregnant again right after. So you can just imagine what that does to your mind, your body, everything.
Yeah.
And then I had another baby, and then went through postpartum again. And like, just no one understands like how hard that really is until you're a mom yourself. Like, I've gone through a lot. Like even whenever I was 15, my sister, she had cancer. Like I lived by
Oh my
myself.
gosh.
They had to move to Houston. Like I never had guidance or someone I can go to whenever I was going through anything. I just dealt with everything on my own. So a lot of my problems is because I hold a lot of stuff in and try to deal with it on my own until I just, have my moment.
First, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm starting to realize recently that that's not a good thing, that you have to talk about your problems. Like no matter how strong you think you are, you have to talk to somebody, like no matter what. And I've been realizing that recently. Like all this is fresh. Like I'm learning as I'm going. Like I'm 20. Like I barely turned 20. And I was just to grow up so young, and I try to take things on for myself, and I think things are a good thing to do sometimes, and then I find out maybe it's not. Like I'm just learning as I go and making sacrifices as I go, because in my head that's what I feel like is best.
And that's what I was going to ask you. That's a good follow-up question again. So when you talk about the sacrifices that you're trying to make work for what you need right now, how do you feel about your decision to go to LA and the skits that we're seeing and the environments we're seeing you in? And then today, hearing allegedly that your baby dad is like, you're not going to see your babies. Like, how is that feeling for you with knowing that you made certain decisions that are putting you in the position you're currently in?
Honestly, it happened quick. I remember like the day me and Bree talked on the phone, like prior to that, I was on my way to work and I had dropped my babies off, and I was like, this was even before TikTok. Like I was sad because I'm a single mom, so I have to provide financially and physically be there for them. And the fact that I had to provide financially made it harder because I had to see them less. They had to go to daycare, which I never wanted for my kids. Like I always wanted us to be together. Like that's also why I tried to stay with my baby daddy as long as I could, because I wanted to be able to be there for my kids, Yeah. And so I would go through a lot mentally because I didn't have help. Like I even asked my baby daddy one time, like, can they stay with you for a month while I get my shit together so that I can be able to provide for them? And he said, no, if you can't take care of them financially, give them to me. That's exactly what he told me. And after he said that, I never asked him for help. I literally, I would sit there and have to forcefully take my kids to daycare because I had to work. I had no choice but to work because I had no one. And that also meant that I didn't get to be with my kids all the time. Like I literally would work all day, pick up my kids, and then just put them to bed. And that just made me, like, it just messed with me.
There was no bonding, really. Yeah.
Yeah, and not only that, I had a newborn, and as soon as I had my baby, 3 days later, 3 days later, I went into it for an interview and I got a job, and I had to literally start working as soon as I had my baby
Wow.
because I didn't have a choice. I
Yeah.
had to, I had to do that because I have to be able to financially take care of them.
But how did this, like, to me, looking from the outside, you have two babies with this man. How is he so like heartless to you to like not care that this is my baby mother? She gave me two beautiful babies. She needs help right now, and these are my children. I'm going to help with what I can. That doesn't mean y'all have to be perfect, but like I want her to be stress free so she can provide how she can, even if we're not going to be perfect and together. Why does he have so much like hate and animosity towards you to not even want to help you in the littlest way he can?
Um, so me and my baby daddy, we were together for 5 years. And we've had so many problems. Like whenever I was pregnant, I was a bitch. Like I was so mean to him. Like it's also because I had a lot of hate towards him. Like he's done so much stuff to me. I don't know if anybody knows this. I mean, I've said it before, and I don't really. I'm gonna just say it because I feel like it should be said. I don't want to keep anything from anybody, and it's. I know I could get hate for it, and I know I was just young. I was young, and I'm very gullible. So basically, I was pregnant before I had my first baby, and I know at the end of the day it's my choice, but he basically forced me into getting an abortion mentally forced me because he knew that I loved him so much, and he told me that if I didn't have an abortion, that he would leave me, and that if I kept the baby, he wouldn't help me. And I know I should have took that as a sign, like he didn't really love me, but I was young. I was really, really young, and like I just wanted to make him happy, and I just felt like to just give him what he wanted, you know. So I
Right.
had an abortion, and then he broke up with me, and I went through my abortion all by myself at such a young age. I didn't talk to nobody. Um, I was going through it. Like I never believed in abortion, and I didn't really think when I was doing it. I was just like I just wanted to make him happy. So I didn't realize like the mental shit that it does to you after you have one, and you sit there and you think like how my life could have been differently, or like you think about if you're going to hell or not. Like, and I
Yeah.
went through all that by myself, and he was with another girl, and I still loved him, so I kept going back to him, and I didn't realize me doing that was damaging me. It was mentally fucking me up. Like I was just, so I had a bunch of hate towards him, even though I still loved him, and like it was just things like that, constantly cheated on me throughout my whole pregnancy. Like my mom, when she found out I was pregnant again after I had my abortion, she kicked me out. And I asked them if I could come stay with him, and they told me no. And I had nowhere to go. I literally had to go to Mexico just because I wanted to keep my baby. I went to Mexico, and I'm not even going to talk about my Mexico story, but I'm traumatized of Mexico. Like I almost, in Mexico, yes, it was really bad. And the whole time he was cheating on me.
Wow.
And so, like, obviously, like when I went back home and found out he was cheating on me, and knowing the things I was going through, like whenever I was in Mexico during my whole pregnancy, doing it all by myself, just so that I can keep my baby. Because everybody told me to have another abortion. Everybody told me that. I'm not doing that. So I did everything that I could and tried to figure it out on my own, how I was gonna raise a baby with nobody.
Yeah.
So just over the years, like I just ended up like having so much hate towards him. I treated him like shit, and then once he started trying with me, I was so fucked up where I was changed. Like I was a whole different person, and so me being like that towards him, and like things I would say to him, and I would threaten him, and I would just he just didn't have any respect for me to sit there and want to help me.
Right.
I guess it's mutual, but most of the reason was because of the shit that I went through and how he made me. So,
Yeah.
and I couldn't change at the end. Like I couldn't change. I was so fucked up, and he was trying, and like it was just all just
It was
got
too
bad.
late at that point.
Trying to force it, yeah, fucked everything up. So
Yeah.
he didn't have, and I don't blame him. I was really a bad person towards him.
Yeah. I mean, even admitting that right now, like you actively know that you weren't great at that time,
Yeah.
so. That's you taking
I'll take
accountability.
accountability for that.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't owe me shit. I would if he was that way towards me, I'd be like, bitch, good fucking luck. Like
Yeah.
I don't blame
I mean,
him.
he doesn't owe you shit, but he does owe your children. You
Yeah,
know, like
but that's the thing that he says. Like he was like, I'll take care of them when they're with me. I'll give them the things that they need when they're with me. And if you can't do that, then they don't deserve to be with you. So back to the whole situation of the reason why I came to LA. And mind you guys, this is during that whole time, like I was going through all that shit, trying to figure out how I was gonna take care of my kids, how am I gonna give them the life that they deserve, how am I gonna be happy and raise my kids without struggling. Like I never wanted to be the type to like you're supposed to be your happiest during that time. So it just like I didn't want to keep being miserable and have be so sad during the time that I'm supposed to be the happiest, you know. And I was just like, so that's when that whole phone call happened. I was on my way to work and I called Bree and I was crying and I was telling her like I can't do this anymore. Like I don't think I can take care of these babies by myself. Like I can't like just mentally can't do it anymore. And
right.
she was like, look, come to LA. Like I'll help you. Like just come here for a couple weeks and we'll try to make you as much money as you can and then you can go back home, take care of your kids and then come back. So
Mm,
that was originally the plan.
right.
And then it just ended up like I just ended up having to stay longer because more things were happening, more opportunities were being thrown at my face, and obviously it bothered me like being away from my kids like days and days. I would sit there and cry, like look at videos of my kids, like
Right.
just it was hard, and I just kept telling myself like just keep going for your kids, keep going for your kids, and whether that was the right decision or not, like I decided to take that sacrifice. I
Mm-hmm.
decided to choose to be away from my kids because I felt like it would benefit them in the long run, you know?
I can
So
understand that.
I know like I get on the internet and I try to play like I don't give a fuck and like all that stuff, but that's just an act. Like nobody knows like what happens behind closed doors. And I even realized that like as I was growing, because like I was even one of the watchers. Like I would watch and I would believe everything. Like it's easy to sit there and believe something. People twist it, make something like it's not like that shit is real. And like as I was doing TikTok, I started realizing that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so like we say things and do things because we feel like it would get more attention and it will keep things going and
Right.
you know,
And
we
I mean, I see where you're coming from, absolutely, when it comes to all of that. And I see where you're talking about, in the long run, it's going to benefit your kids financially, but mentally, emotionally, they're going to grow up and they might see these things that are being said about mom. And it's not fair because everybody's branding you as backseat princess, this, that. Oh, she did this with Brie, the video, da da da. How do you feel about that and what you're being branded as right now?
well my plan was always to get the bag, finish this, and then change my whole image to
Mm,
show them who I really am and realize that everything that I was doing was for my kids. So
okay.
that was my plan, and I don't know if that's the still like I don't know. I'm in it. I have to let it happen to know. You live and you learn. You go through trials and tribulations. Like you have to do things just to see if like I just don't know what I would do if I sat there and I didn't take the opportunity and just wonder how like my life would have been differently if I took the
If
opportunity.
you didn't, yeah.
So
Right.
it did take a lot of like mentally. Also like I know like money doesn't buy everything, but it does play a big part, especially when you're a mother and you need that and you can't be happy. You can have your kids and still not be happy because of the life that they're gonna live, or like sitting there and thinking like how am I gonna buy your next formula, like that shit just makes you sad. Like you have to be there to know like to struggle, like how am I gonna feed my baby next, like like I just don't want to feel that. So yeah, money doesn't buy everything, but it can make you feel better because it helps you
It
like
adds security, it adds security.
exactly,
You know that
exactly.
you're okay. You know that your baby's okay. You know that you're in a position where you can handle what your babies need. So I understand that for sure. Another thing though, but when you're in that position and people know that you're in that position, do you think that you can be easily taken advantage of? Like people can throw things in your face because they're going to be like, you need this. So you're more vulnerable. Do you feel that or not really?
I kind of feel that way. I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously, like you can't trust anybody.
Mm,
I do have a backup plan. Like once this all like I still have certificates and stuff like that. Like I have my mom. Me and my mom have actually grown like a really good relationship over this time. So she's also told me like if this doesn't work out, like you can come back home and like I'll help you out until you back to where you like want to be. So like she gave me that backhand to fall back on if this shit goes to shit.
that's really good.
Yeah. So yeah. So I don't know.
Okay. So, okay. I really want to get into like what's been going on like yesterday. Yesterday was a whole lot of hoopla, hoopa, googa, googa. I don't know what the was going on. I know that y'all at a house. It's some guys. It's the police getting called. Me and my friend almost called the police. We got scared. I said, you know what? Maybe we being dramatic. I don't know. And I know people keep saying, "Oh, you signed an NDA. There's certain things you are currently doing to again put yourself in the best position to make money." I understand that. I don't want to push none of those boundaries, but I do want to know what parts of what's going on live are real to where people should be concerned, and what parts are for fun or for entertainment that people can just take with a grain of salt.
Yeah. So about that, nobody should be concerned. I'm fine. I'm a grown woman. If I felt like I was in any danger, I have the power to help myself. My mom has my location. Like
Oh.
everything's fine. Like no one's being held against anything. Nothing like that.
Because the rumor is your phone is gone, your ID is gone, nobody can contact you outside of TikTok. So you're saying that's not the case. You're good.
My ID, someone does have my ID, but it's just because I lose everything. I have my phone. We did sign NDA, so there's certain things that I can't say because at the end of the day, this is business. And a lot of those clips were like where they were like saying like help. We were talking about Bree. They think that Bree's like, you know.
I be calling her Bree Diddy, not gonna lie. She be giving Diddy vibes. She be giving like I don't know, she get into the bag however she needs to, and she taking
No,
whoever.
everybody thinks Bree is like controlling me and like not letting me do anything, and I need to get away from Bree because she's a bad influence or whatever. So I'm like help. She's
Right.
the best person,
So you're saying that's kind of like played up for entertainment?
yeah, because everybody thinks I shouldn't be around Bree.
Okay. So it's kind of just leaning into what everybody's already saying type thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Because that was a concern. I swear to God, me and my chat been calling her Bree Diddy for like 7 days. No cap. Religiously. We trying to make that trend. Bree Diddy. So now that we know that's not real, we might let up on that. But it's good to hear you're safe. It's good to hear, like your mother has your location. Like there are people outside of your home and where you're at that are making sure you're good, because it's really, really, really scary out in LA. We can all be honest
definitely.
about that.
I realized that.
Yeah.
We just had a situation yesterday with one of the guys that were here. It was insane.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we definitely, obviously, nowhere is actually safe. You can't trust anybody. But I mean, the people that we're working with, like we talk to them. Like we have contracts that we're signing. Like everything's gonna be legal and everything like that. So we're trying to do it the most best way possible for everybody, so nobody gets screwed. So yeah, that's basically everything about that. I mean, we just work together.
Okay. Well,
There is a little chemistry in the house. I'm sure you probably heard about it.
I did. I don't know what to believe when it comes to the chemistry, because, I heard there's exes involved. I heard there's
with her yesterday. Yeah, there's a lot of conspiracies.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I can't speak about it because none of my business. I know what's going on, so that's why I'm like still around. Like, it's a big ordeal. It's completely. You just have to hear it to know, because obviously it looks bad. It looks horrible.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not a homewrecker. Definitely not. I would definitely not do something like that. definitely a girl's girl. Yeah.
Right.
There's a lot of behind the scenes between them two, or like everything. It's just none of my business. She's still like, I've heard conversations they've had, text messages. Like I know like their whole situation. And then Bree, she's with his best friend, and we're all in this house together, working, making money. We have a lot of things going on, podcasts, certain things that we're doing. So a lot of it's strictly business.
Okay. Okay. And that's crazy because people were coming in my chat and they're like, she's not going to do it. She has podcasts. You're not a podcast. You're not paying her. I was like, I feel like she wanted to at least, this is a very casual conversation. And I came at you crazy. And for you to even be like, sure, I'll sit with you and talk, like, you don't have to. So even if you wasn't going to come, it was still going to be like, well, fuck Ballet. She thinks she a celebrity, but whatever. Like, that's what it would have been. Like, it would have not been that big of a deal. But like, you actively have been telling everybody you're trying to make money for your family. I think we can hear that and we can see that because you even got emotional, So you're not some like psycho mean ass girl that's just out here not giving a fuck about nothing and fuck your kids. Like that's not you, but that's what it's looked like this whole time.
Nobody knows how hard I fought for my kids, both of them.
Yeah,
the shit
yeah.
that I went through to keep my babies, the mental shit that I went through to, I don't know. I've went through a lot, and at the end of the day, like I was always went to bed with my kids, and this is temporary. I've never been away from my kids like that. I've never been away from them in general. Like it's very hard on me. I love my kids to death, and I mean, I had a phone call with them for the first time because my baby daddy, he has me blocked. He refuses to talk to me. I actually got a hold of him today for the first time, but he would not let me FaceTime them unless I went back home. And like, I could not go home at the time because of the things that I had planned. That's going to benefit us in the long run. It was nothing like I just wanted to come out here and party. No,
that was the story too. Is that you got overwhelmed and you wanted to party. That's what everybody says. But you're saying that was never the case in the first place.
No, it is my first time in LA, and I don't want to just strictly work because I know that I am going through things mentally right now, and I just need to get out of my head sometimes. So yeah, we do have fun, and also it benefits like social media, seeing us go out and stuff. Like people go crazy over it and everything. So yeah, basically.
Okay. And the story was, the assumption was you were going to go see your kids Friday, or they were going to come see you. I don't know what it was, but now everybody's saying that's not the case. You're not going to see your kids. It's not going to happen. What does that look like that you can clear up? Because everybody's coming up with what the story is for whether or not you will see your baby. Do you know? Has that even been a conversation?
So I was originally going to go back last week. And it didn't end up happening. I actually had to talk to my managers. Like, I really did want to go back. But they said it'd be best if I stay another week because we have a lot of things we need to do. We need to do stuff that we can use while I'm with my kids that we can, like, post and stuff. Like, I had to stay. I had to stay so that I can do content for while I'm gone and content that we needed right now because, TikTok and social media is, in general,
it's like all the time.
Something falls down, like, you have to keep going or you're just going to fall off. So absolutely. I understood completely, and I was like, okay, I'll stay one more week, but then I have to go home. So I had already talked to my baby daddy's sister-in-law and told her that, like, hey, I'll be down there Friday, like, I'll pick up the boys. She's like, okay, well, I'm gonna tell his parents, blah blah blah. So she told his parents, and I called today because I wanted to make sure everything was still okay to do.
Right.
So I call, and supposedly CPS was called to their house, and they supposedly told them that not to give me my babies, and I told him, like, I was like, okay, well, can I have the phone number so I could contact them to make sure that's the case? Like, I want to talk to them. I want to know why, like, they're my babies. And he was like, no, I don't have the phone number. And there's no court order saying that I can't come get my kids. I'll be there Friday to come get my kids. Right. And he basically was like, no, you're not getting them. So I'm gonna talk to I already talked to my mom. We're gonna, like, She right now she's actually making a court order. She's doing a court order. We're gonna go over it with them. I'm actually still gonna go to Dallas on Friday. We're gonna go to their house,
Mm.
show them the court order, ask them if they're fine with doing this, and if they are okay with it, then we'll just go the easy route. Just sign, have it stated where you have to get the kids this time, and you have to get the kids this time, and there's no way around it. Everybody needs to stick to what they need to do.
Yep.
So yeah, that's what my mom's doing right now. So I am still going on Friday, but he is telling me that he's not giving them to me unless I have a court order. So
That's
it's kind
okay.
of
You
fucked
and
up
your mom
because
will
like,
figure it out.
everything I was yeah, so it's not like I didn't just come down here to party and I just okay now I guess I'm gonna go back to my kids because I want to be with my kids now. No, everything was for my kids and for myself also. It was a sacrifice that I made and I was ready to go back, spend some time with them, and still be able to make money while I'm gone because I stayed so long where I was able to make more content for
Yep,
them.
you got to batch that content. I mean, as any creator, you got to batch that content and make sure you can post. Even, you can set it up to where it posts on its own while you're gone. People do that on vacation and stuff like that. So it totally makes sense that you had to do that. It sounds like baby dad's just trying to be, petty, which is annoying because it's like,
Yeah, 2K got him a little hype right now.
oh,
They
are
need
they
to-
friends?
Oh yeah, they're besties. And
Oh, that's news to me.
yeah, it was funny how like all of a sudden my baby daddy says this and like 10 minutes later her baby daddy says she can't get her baby either. So I guess we're taking a trip.
Oh, okay. See, I did not know that. I didn't even know they knew each other. I thought it just was like a coincidence that they both were like, no, you're not going to see your babies. That's not what happened.
No,
Okay. That's crazy.
they're teaming up.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. When it comes to you deciding whether or not you're going to continue doing this, like you said, the original plan was come out for a couple weeks, make your money, go back. Do you think that's still the plan you want to go back to? Or what is it going to look like going forward now that you have to do court orders to even see your babies?
So I'm gonna just do where myself I come down here for 2 weeks and I fly back to my babies for 2 weeks because we do co-parent. So I wanted to do where I can fly out to them and be home with my family and my mom and have those 2 weeks with them and then come back and work and do the things that I need to do. So yeah, this time period was temporary. It was just to set everything up, get things going, make plans, contracts, everything like that was just so that I can have this set so that I can go back to co-parenting back and forth. So I was never just gonna never go back to my babies.
Right.
Just
That's
work.
what you made it look like. We was getting worried. We was like, ooh, she a CPS mama. We was not rocking with it. So
I know.
it's good to hear that was not the case. So, okay, well, I feel like, we got into a lot of stuff right there. I know that I have a lot of questions in my Discord. Do you have some time to answer a couple of those? What people are asking since the comments are off? We've had a calm time here. I can ask you questions. I will pick respectful ones, but I know there's a lot of questions that people want to ask. Are you open to those too?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Maybe
Awesome.
like 7 more minutes.
Okay, perfect. Let me get through some of those. All right, let me see. And a lot of these seem to
While we do that,
let me see. Sure, let's battle real quick. Can we still battle with comments off? Yep, we can. Okay, perfect. So let's see. Thank you guys for asking questions. Okay, so we have a question from Jessica, and she said, well, I don't think you can answer this one actually. We could skip that. Let's see. All right. We have a question from Jenna, and she said, if you were to seek full custody and you received it, how would you manage that with your new job?
I actually would never just take my kid's father away from them. He is a good dad. I mean, everybody needs help. So I'm not mad that he has a village. Like I'm not mad. I'm thankful. I'm thankful that he has support and stuff. So I wouldn't just take full custody away from him. I feel like he is a good dad. He does love his kids. So I would never take full custody. I would definitely continue to co-parent. I would never try to take his kids away from, or even my kid's father away from them. Everybody needs their parents. So
And you are working.
If I felt like he was a bad parent, then definitely I would. But he's not bad. He's just bitter.
Well,
Our
that's good to
people
know.
are within each other, not the babies. We love our kids, both of us.
Right. Okay. Let's see. All right. We have another one. Let me see. There's a follow-up, that same person, Jenna, she asked, follow-up, what if he doesn't want them because she's saying he didn't want them? So back in the day, you know, when he said that, what if he eventually one day says that again, that he doesn't want to co-parent anymore?
It's not that he wanted Andrew. Like if you look at his TikTok, he posted a video of our babies or my baby. And he just posted one of them. So I don't know if that can prove to everybody that he actually didn't want my other baby. His mom basically forced him to take care of him. But yeah, he only has one post of my other baby. So
That's crazy. And they're both his kids.
they're both his kids, yeah. So I don't know like how he is with him. But I know his mom takes care of both of them. They're in very good hands. She's a really good grandmother. But yeah, I've never seen him actually care about the other baby.
Okay.
But if he didn't want that baby, shoot, his grandma does. So
Right. So the baby's still okay, regardless, hopefully.
okay.
Okay. We have another question. Well, this question is from Kristen. Now, any questions that I ask that are like, you know, pushing boundary, just let me know. Hey, can we skip that? Don't worry about it. We'll just move on. So this question is from Kristen. And she said, why is it appropriate, or why do you think it is appropriate to put that you are a parent on your FO page? Is it a financial gain, or do you think that it's just innocent to have up there?
I actually don't control my pages. We have managers, so
Okay.
yeah, I did have a say in whether or not I felt like that was if we should go with that. And honestly, I don't see anything personally wrong with it because my kids aren't being posted on it. I have a very social life. Obviously, people know I have babies, and our whole thing is bad moms. So everything is just controversial.
Okay. And that actually, she asked the same thing. Kristen said also, can you elaborate on what you mean by it's all for the plot? So you guys have already kind of emphasized a little bit, like your thing is like being bad moms and like not, you know, like online being bad moms. So can you elaborate on what it's all for the plot means?
Well, when we say like we're bad moms, we're not showing y'all that. Well, we're not like doing anything with our kids to make us bad moms. We just act like we just say the most random things, like things that a mom wouldn't say. You know, it's all for the plot. I guess. Yeah, I probably wouldn't speak on that.
Okay. Let's move on. So next question, Jessica asks, are you worried about how he might treat your other son, that he doesn't, you know, actively post and actively want to take care of the baby? Are you worried about how he might treat him when he's there?
Definitely not. No, I don't. I don't know how his relationship is with him now. He's actually told me that he loves him, he kisses him and stuff like that. Because I've told him about it. I told him don't be treating my kid differently, and he told me that he doesn't. He just, I don't know what the. I think honestly, I feel like he was just saying that because he was trying to make me feel some type of way, or he didn't want to take on that responsibility. You know how he said like it wasn't his, you know?
Right, right.
You know damn well it was, especially if he went and signed the birth certificate. So honestly, I feel like he just said that shit out of his ass. I am not honestly like I would never put my kids in any type of danger. So I, for a fact, would definitely not leave my baby with him if I felt like he was mistreating him
Right.
or anything like that.
Or
Especially
taking out a vendetta on you, on him, like you wouldn't
his
do.
mom, no. His mom is even him. He's Catholic. His mom's Catholic. They're very family oriented. So I've been with that man for 5 years. I know what type of person he is. He's definitely
Right.
not.
How far he would go to try to get back at you. It wouldn't ever come to your babies. That's good to know. That's really good. Okay. We have like what, 9 more minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me try to get through more of these. Let's see. Okay, we have a question. I don't know if you can answer this. Let me know if you need to skip. This is a question from Beast, and they said, thank you guys for the gifts. Oh, did I just decline that? Sorry.
Okay.
Let me do that again, chat. Hold on. We're just going to chit-chat battle while we finish up these questions. Okay, so we have a question from Beast, and she said, is Jordan your boyfriend or manager or both? What's going on with that? And we can skip if we need to.
There's chemistry. I mean, we like each other. And he's my manager. So we're not I don't know. You know, like whenever you're talking to someone and they just end up being your boyfriend, no one really asks. It's just like it just happens. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know how he's thinking mentally. But from what I know, we both like each other and we're managers. We do relationship things,
Right.
stuff like that. But he never asked me, "Can will you be my girlfriend or anything like
Okay. 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 All right. We got a question from Angie, and Angie said, "Do the cameras that are set up around the content house make you uncomfortable at all?"
that. No, not at all. I mean, I don't do anything that I feel like I shouldn't do. You know, there's no camera in my bedroom.
Okay.
The cameras are just strictly like around the house.
Okay. To capture the content in real time. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
we actually have a videographer.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, I forgot a question I didn't ask. So obviously we know who Michonne is, or however you say his name. So he says he got insider tea about everything that's going on in that house, and he's exposing everything tomorrow at 11, whatever, blah blah blah. Do you
He
feel?
doesn't.
Do you? Oh, what did you say?
He doesn't have shit to expose. We took it out the kindness of our hearts to let him be in on it to gain his following because we want everybody to be successful. We want everybody to be put on to like grow, make their money. Like we
Right.
did that strictly out of our hearts. We could have did it on our own. We gave him that opportunity. He has nothing on us. Everything that he's had was given to him by us.
Wow.
And then I actually found out like I told him not to talk to one of the people in our house, the one that actually got kicked out yesterday because he was on some weird ass shit. I'm not even going to talk about it. I'm not even going to give him that clout, but it was very weird, disturbing, everything like that. Anyways,
Yeah.
I told Mitchell and don't speak to him. He doesn't know what we're doing. He's not our manager. He says he's our manager. He's not. We have two managers.
Yeah.
And I told Mitchell, don't talk to him. Like, he's not going to be here long. We're planning on kicking him out because we keep giving him opportunities and opportunities. He just keeps fucking it up for himself. So I told him that, and then he proceeds to tell the guy that we were planning on kicking him out. So I was like, you know what? If you're going to be an op after we sat here and helped you out, built your platform on Instagram, did all that for you, then you're not going to have anything to do with this because we're the ones helping you. You just went and told somebody who's not going to benefit you at all
Yeah.
some shit. Like, we're supposed to be a team, and if you're going to show that you're not a part of our team, then you're not going to be a part of our team. So
Wow.
that off. So that's why he's so upset and got to talking on live yesterday because I texted him and told him that if you're going to be an op, then you're not going to be a part of this.
Wow. And you see, I must be psychic. Like, call me Raven Bastard, because I knew for sure that he was a part of this shit somehow, and he was upset that he got cut out somehow. That's why he was like, "Oh, Thursday, Thursday." That's why yesterday when I battled you and you were like, "Oh yeah, I'd be down," I was like, "I just need to do tomorrow." Because if I wait and he does all this blah blah blah, like people are going to be clouded on listening to you and actually understanding you because they're going to be like, "Oh, well, who's lying? Is it him or is it her?" So I figured you would actually be real about what's going on and tell us for real. And look, exactly what we thought is exactly
I
what's.
have no problem with being real. I mean, a lot of the things we do have to do for skit, which obviously I can't tell y'all the truth about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of things that are real, like the baby daddy stuff. Like, there's a lot of stuff that are real, but there's certain things that we do just for content. I mean, it's entertaining. Y'all watch it regardless, whether it's fake or
And
not.
everybody does it. Honestly, I don't. Like, I'll say that right now. I don't like skits. I feel like I'm going to lie and then I'm going to fuck up my lie. Like, I just feel like I'm too scatterbrained to stick up with what a fucking skit would look like. But
Yeah.
I'm glad that you can clear that up, that he's going to sit up tomorrow and just cap on your names, because basically he's mad that he got cut out of the plan, basically.
Yeah, he knows nothing. We just kept him there for that one certain part that he did do. He knows nothing about what we have going on. Nothing.
Okay.
Absolutely nothing.
Well, thank you for clearing that up. I
Everybody
appreciate
go
that.
and follow Metron.
Period, because he tried to get sassy with me. He don't know who the fuck I am. So, yeah. He can go. Thank you, canceled. Bye. All right. Next, let's see. We have a question. Okay, she cannot answer that one, chat. I know that one for sure. Let's see. Okay, here we go. We have a question from Kayla. This is actually a really good question. They said, with you guys going to the Bop House for an interview, allegedly, do you think that they're going to set you up like they did Ash Trevino?
I'm not going to speak on that.
Ooh, okay. All right, next question. Let's see. Kay asked, why not invest your money in a way that you can go back home full time and be with your kids full time?
Because I've how can I say this? The work is here, the people are here,
The
managing here,
opportunities.
everything's here. So yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And
Chat, we only got a couple minutes left.
I can't be with them full time. They have a father too. So I just decided to go down there when it's my parenting time.
Right. Okay. That makes sense. Chat, let me pick a couple good questions. She almost has to go. Let's see. Let me see. We answered that one. We answered that one. Let's see. Okay, somebody said, did you leave your kids? So her name is Jenna. And she said, did you leave your kids with your mom or your baby dad when you left for LA the first time? Or when you left to LA?
With their dad.
Okay. So he already knew that you were coming. So why is he just now trying to be petty?
Honestly, I have a really, if you know, I have a really bad mom brain, like bad. I don't even, when you said what happened yesterday, I had to sit there and think about what the fuck happened.
You're like,
Yeah, like I literally have to sit there and think about it. I think, yeah, they were with their dad. I don't think he knew that I was coming to LA. Oh yeah, because it was a last minute thing.
Okay.
It was a last minute thing. I did end up telling him that I came, but he would have been bitter regardless whether I came or not. So.
Okay. Okay. You said that you can't really talk about what happened with the situation, who got kicked out. You kind of told us, being weird, had to go. That's good to know. Let me see. We have a question from Jessica. She said, why did you give your mom your location? Does that mean that your mom is willing to help now? And would you live with her and the boys if you had to go, or when you go back? Like when you go back for your back and forth?
I gave her my location just in general. You never know. I'm in a state where I don't have any family. I don't have anybody. So I gave her my location just in general. Just if anything was to happen. I gave her my location when I was on the plane.
Okay,
so,
yeah.
Yeah, and I did tell you, like, if anything was to happen, if nothing worked out, my mom did say I can go back with her and,
Okay. And when you go back for your, 2-week intervals, or would you be staying with her, or you have something set up for you and the boys?
No, I'll be staying with her.
Oh, okay, perfect. Oh, perfect. So it'll be like it's you and the boys and with their mom. That's perfect. Okay, cute.
And my mom, she also has kids too. And my boys, well, Andrew, he loves them. Like he plays with them all the time. They're young. So that's what I really liked about like co-parenting, because I got them whenever my mom had her kids.
Mm-hmm.
So they were able to all play together
and have fun. That's cute.
The other baby, and he could still be happy and everything. So it all works out.
I love that. Okay. All right. Let me see, chat. I want you to ask real good questions. Come on now. I think we got. Okay, they was talking about you have good intentions. Okay, what's this one? Okay, we have a question from Pierre, and they said, do you feel mentally okay? Mentally, do you feel okay?
Honestly, no, I'm just taking it day by day. I really just, I like I told you, like, I hold on to everything I'm going through and just deal with it.
And this is all new. It's a lot, all at once.
Everything's new, guys. I'm
very popular, all at once. So I can assume it's not, easy to understand everything that's going on right now.
No, yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. All right, chat. We got about like 2 minutes. Let me try to get a couple in. Okay, we have a question from Adri, and she asks, have you taken any advice or are willing to look into any advice about getting mental health help?
I actually have. I've realized, like, because, like, obviously I already had my own mental problems within myself, like, out of social media, and obviously I get a lot of hate, so you can imagine what that does to you, especially when it's about your kids and about your demeanor, who you are as a person, because who you are, and you're not a lot of those things that people say that you are. So right. And knowing that a lot of people see me that way, obviously it bothers me, because I used to beat myself up. Like if I like fell asleep with my baby in my arm, I'd wake up and feel so bad. Or if I felt like and I wasn't giving Andrew enough attention because I was with the other baby, I'd feel so bad. Like I was always that type of person to beat myself up over any little thing that I did wrong. So seeing that, like, it bothered me. Like, but I feel like being around Bree, she's so nonchalant. She knows how to handle the internet. She doesn't get to her. She says, they're just people over the internet. Like, don't let it bother you. She's actually kept me strong in a lot of ways. So I'm thankful that she's that type of person that I'm around because she keeps me strong.
Okay, that's interesting. Honestly, I would never expect that from her. Okay. We have a question from Madison, and she said, "Can you ask if Bree is really acting out, or is it just for entertainment as well?" And I don't know if you can answer that.
I can't answer that. No, I can't.
Okay, we're gonna have to schedule a Bree. Goddamn, chat. Okay, we have a question from Gigi, and Gigi said, "Do you feel like Bree is actually being genuine with you, or do you think that or are you worried at all that she might eventually flip on you?"
Um, from my point of view, y'all can say what y'all want to say, but I've been with her. I've seen her. I know how she is off camera, on camera. I've spoken to her. Like, we've had conversations. Me personally, no, I don't think that.
Okay, sure. Okay, all
But I'm
right,
also the type to see things for myself. So
right.
I don't ever let anybody tell me, oh, don't talk to this person because of this and that. Like, no, I've never been that type of person. I like to find out for myself and learn the hard way. So
Right. And you know, at least you have something in the back of your head, but you're still willing to give somebody a chance to show you who they are. So
yeah,
I can
for sure.
admire that. I'm the same way. So
Obviously, if one of y'all went and told somebody something about me,
hmm,
like, it just a
exactly.
lot of things are he say, she say. Everybody has their own side of the story. I'm sure my baby daddy has his own side of the story. Bree has her, like, everybody has their own truth.
Right.
Everybody. Like, that's what I realized, like, growing up. Like,
That's a fact. Yeah. I honestly, you know, I definitely agree with that. And I feel like you got to go here soon. So let me ask my wrap up question. So my wrap up question is always, is there anything that you want to clear up right now and just get it out of the way so people can stop, you know, putting this on you? And is there anything new that you want to tell us to look out for? Either one or both.
honestly, I would just say, like, honestly, I've been around Bree too long. I don't give a fuck what y'all have to say anymore. I know what I'm doing, and I know everything that I'm doing is nobody else's business but mine and my family. So I don't have to prove myself to anyone, but I guess y'all can stay tuned.
Okay. Okay. Well, Vale, I feel like that's it. I appreciate you for showing up. I was really gonna be like, oh, she bougie. That's crazy. But you showed up, you came through, and I feel like you were actually being genuine with your answers. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. What else can we say, chat? I feel like this was a good interview. I actually really appreciate it. And I hope that you felt comfortable. I try to make sure everybody feels comfortable to at least just say what they want to say. So
Yeah,
I
definitely
will
feel comfortable, especially with the comments being off. I was able to concentrate.
focus because I have
Yeah,
ADHD. I can't focus with the comments. Just you know, that be
you
getting on
see
my
my clips, sometimes I be going at it in the comments. I let it get to me sometimes.
yeah.
So
I
I
mean,
really
try
did
turning
that.
it off. It works. All
Yeah,
right,
that's why
girl.
I
Well,
have my
thank
comments.
you. Thank you so much for the interview. I'm gonna wish you the rest of the best of your luck on your journey trying to figure it out. You know, you're young, you'll figure it out. And you gotta fail and you know, be you gotta learn shit, you know, and once you learn it, you'll be okay. You know, so
And I really thank you for, because I know how we started off. I thank you for, like, opening, like, not opening your eyes, but like seeing outside the box and trying to understand the best that you could. I really appreciate it. But yeah, thank you.
of course, girl. Well, you have a good rest of your nail set. We want a video when you're done. Thank you.
Okay, for
And we'll
sure.
see you later on. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, chat, we did it. Let me turn the motherfucking comments on. Hold on. Bow. How are we feeling? How are we feeling? If you're new here, if you enjoyed the fucking interview, give your girl a follow. Very much would be appreciated. That interview will be posted on YouTube tonight. I will end this live and I will post it on YouTube. So y'all will get to watch it if you missed anything, if you want to hear anything again, if you're a T-Page, you want to clip it, whatever. You will get a chance to watch it on YouTube tonight. All of my links are in my bio. So if you want to rewatch it, go and sub to my YouTube. It's on my link tree. Follow me right now if you're not already following me because I appreciate y'all so much for even watching the interview. I have not done an interview in so long, but I feel like that was really, really good. You want to hear what was my best part, my favorite part? that Michonne is a fucking liar. And he was brought in to gain followers and attention, and he fucked it up because he's a weirdo. Yay! I love to hear it. I'm so glad that that was confirmed because I knew it. I knew it. And that's why you tried to pick and play with me, because you knew that me and her was going to have an interview today. So can't wait to see and hear the lies you're going to talk about tomorrow. Loser. Anyways, how are we feeling, chat? How are we feeling, chat? Do we feel good? Give me a review. How was the interview for you? Give me a review. Team Vale, I love you. I like you. Thank you. You got a little crush on me. Hold on. 8 out of 10? 10 out of 10? Okay, everybody give me a number. How do we feel? 10 out of 10? 6? Oh, shit. Hold on. Do a panel. 10s? Oh, we get 10s, chat. We get it 10s. We get it 1,000. Ooh, 15. Okay, period. I think we ate, chat. Okay, listen, chat. I need all y'all to follow me right now. If you're not already following, I'm going to reset and we're going to do a panel, okay? So if you want to come back for the panel, you want to come up here and you want to talk to me, or you want to give your opinion in general, make sure you follow right now. Go to my page, interact with my page, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to download the live and post it up to YouTube, and I'll be right back, okay? Right back, okay? So everybody follow right now. If you're not already following, follow. If that button is red right there, make sure you click it. Add me on Snapchat. I will be posting the rest of the evidence that I have on Snapchat. It's Feenyx 2.0. Feenyx 2.0. I'll be right back. Love y'all so much. Follow, and I'll be right back for panels.